In the 1920s, the United States developed a contingency plan to invade Canada in case the US went to war with the British Empire. Even though this plan was very unlikely to come to fruition, the United States actually secretly built airfields near the Canadian border in case it did. The plan was titled War Plan Red because during the American Revolution, the British were famously called the Redcoats because of their red uniforms. According to War Plan Red, America's first objective was going to be to capture key Canadian cities before the British could respond. This was going to start with the US capturing Halifax and Nova Scotia and gaining control of the St. Lawrence River. They would then shift from the East Coast into mainland Canada and capture Quebec City and Montreal. American forces would also move north in multiple columns through states like Vermont and then gradually move to the west and capturing places like Toronto. The US would eventually take Winnipeg and Vancouver and cut off the British from entering the country in any way, and the US actually planned to intern the Canadians. Around this same time, Canada actually developed its own response plan to a potential US invasion called Defense Scheme 1. The US plan also included the possibility that the British would ally with the Japanese in such a conflict. At this point, the British were still the world's dominant naval empire, and in a war with the United States, Canada would have been extremely important to them. Even though at this point the US were close allies with the British, after World War I they began planning for potential military conflicts with every major power around the world. But as you know, relations between the US and the British only improved into World War II, and such a conflict never took place.